Hey, fellow repeat offenders. I'm Jens and I'm also the king of mud because this is where I am right now. This is usually about 6 foot underwater, but not during this time of the year. Water is especially low this year. So I'm on this, well, peninsula basically, sitting right there. There, about half a click to the east, is the connection to the land, and well, right in front of me is the deepest part of the lake. Well, the sun's just come up. During the night it is freezing cold. In exactly 4 weeks of time it's going to be Christmas. So everything was frozen solid, which is kind of nice because I don't have the mud problem. But well, I did catch a small one, maybe 5-6 kilos, so the motivation is still there, but you know how hard it is when you're sitting out here in no man's land, freezing your balls off and not catching anything in the bargain. But so far, at least I had a contact on this rod. It's the one in 5 meters. This is basically the deepest part of the lake. This one is in 4 meters. So I don't know. Yeah, every fish counts during wintertime, even if it's just a double digit or something. Yeah, see if I can get another one. If I do, I'm gonna up the amount of feed a little. Now here's my tip for the colder months. Everybody knows that you can't or you shouldn't overfeed the fish. I mean, you can always put more in, but you can't pull anything out. So my suggestion is to use smaller baits and smaller freebies. For example, I'm using 8mm pellets now. As you can see, these are 8mm, and a lot of swim stim, just some ground bait to mix everything up. And just about, that's not even a quarter of that is boilies. And now comes the fun part. I want these pellets to disintegrate really fast and give a lot of smell without the carp being able to pick them up. So I'm cooking some water. The cooking water, boiling water, goes in there, and then the whole thing goes into the sleeping bag, and that way this stays hot for longer, and gives the food a big chance to really, soak the liquid up, get really soft. The pellets will dissolve, and this is what I'm going to use when I put the rods out again this evening. And you will not believe what a difference that makes. You have to smell that to believe it. Just put some, maybe a liter or two of boiling water on top of that, and let it soak during the day in the sleeping bag, and you will be surprised at how good this stuff catches. Give it a try. Just coming to a boil. Perfect. That should do it. Make sure the bucket is reasonably clean, because after all, this thing is gonna stay in here for the next couple of hours. I usually place a towel underneath it, and then I cover everything up real good, because I want to keep the heat in there as much as possible. If you just place the bucket right there next to the boat, the water's gonna be cold within maybe 30 to 45 minutes. In there, it's gonna keep warm for at least 3 to 4 hours. Alright, second night. Just when it got dark, I caught the second fish, maybe 5-6 kilos again, and now it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and this is an 11 kilo fish. And as is common for the commons, this one was a better fighter. I mean, with a water temperature around 6 to 7 degrees, they can't really fully utilize their muscles, but nonetheless, very, very nice fish for a winter session. And he's pooping out my boilies, so this one was actually definitely feeding. Hi, big guy. Wrong direction. This is shore. Oh, better. Bye. Okay, hi, good morning. As you can tell, it's gotten even colder. I'm wearing everything that I own. Oops. And I'm still getting the occasional beep. But nothing so far. I had 3 fish during the night, and I'm not sure if I'm man enough to stay out here for another 1 or 2 nights, see what happens, but I might pack up later during the day. But the learning is, play with your food. Don't listen to your parents. Play with your food as much as possible. Well, actually not your food, their food. The loose feed during the winter time should be especially small, something that dissolves quickly, doesn't give them anything to fill their bellies up with. You know, just something that produces a lot of smell and a lot of attraction around your hook bait. But your hook bait should be pretty much the only thing that they could actually pick up, because they don't eat a whole lot during this time of the year. So, you know, you've seen me do it in the summertime, but winter is actually more important. Play with your food, give them something to smell, something to search for, but nothing to fill them up. Okay, cheers, see you next time. So, third night, just turned 6, so sun's just been down for 2 hours. And did I tell you that during wintertime any fish counts? Well, this certainly isn't just any fish. Oh. This, my friends, is 20.2. Water cracking winter carp. Oh, what a stomach on that thing. And it's a very, 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 very charismatic fish because of the shortened dorsals. You see how the spine's on the dorsal? Yeah. Okay. Gonna send him back. Bye, big guy. Sayonara. Thank you. So this is a reservoir, so naturally there's an old lake bed in here, and this is where I caught all my fish from so far. And the funny thing is, the old lake bed runs from there to there, and I caught all my fish on the bank on the other side. You know, it goes down to 4.5, 5.5, and goes up again. Caught them all on the other side. This rod I placed closer to me on my side of the former lake bed, and I didn't catch a single fish. So naturally I'm gonna take this marker and put it way back there so I can drop this rod on the opposite side of the former lake bed or riverbed as well. You can see it's coming up here. This is my bank, this is the far bank, this is the former riverbed. So I'm gonna pass it now, place the marker on the other side, and then fish on this bank instead of this one. I'm not sure why they're only biting there and not here, but I'm gonna put both rods on the money now. Former riverbed coming up, my bank really hard, then the soft former river itself, and the opposite bank, this was mine. Crossing it now. This should be the other side. Yeah, right there. Yeah, this is where I want to be, in between those two. Now for the permanent marker, I'm gonna put this at least 3 rod lengths away from my spot, because when the fish really takes line, yeah, they're supposed to just tilt this thing over, but sometimes they just get hung up on it. So making sure this is exactly between me and my spot, like so, and down it goes. Still the same depth, so I shouldn't lose it. Let's see if I'm right. .4 could be close. Just about. And now all that's left to do is pick these two up and place the rod right in there, right between the marker and my bite indicator, right on the edge of the former riverbed, on the opposite edge, because this is where I caught most of my fish on the other rod. Get the rod ready. You can still see where the pull is, right there. Nope, make sure nothing is tangled. That was better. And now drop it all the way down. Oh, nice, firm, rock hard. Perfect. Turn this thing off because it's quite noisy underwater. Don't need it any longer. And even though I want to save battery power as much as possible, the wind is so tough that I'd like to do the first couple of meters with the engine, so everything goes nice and straight towards the bank. And after that, I got that bank stick here. Just place the line in it carefully and keep it going, and then we can actually start rowing a little. Put everything up there and going home. Well, so far, all fish during nighttime. This is the rod that I've just repositioned on the far side of the former riverbed. So, success. So far all the fish have been caught on the other rod, and now we have both rods in the game. Winter carping. Come here, dear. Perfect. in the net. That's a mid-double. Yeah, mid-double. No pictures. I'll just send them straight back. Okay, be good. Oh, almost. And that's your direction. Bye. Yeah, I know how I look, but it's so cold. Second, slightly better fish, 17 kilos. But look at that belly. Oh. And there we go. Very nice fish. 17 kilos. Actually, looking at him, I thought he'd be a little bit bigger. But hey, we're still talking winter carp here. I just can't get my mouth full enough. Look at this. Okay, time to put him back. Okay, here we go. Nice and slow. And the first take during daylight. Yes! Winter carp. Not a big one, but I'll take it. Well, how about that for a winter session? This rod went off, and while I was fighting this fish, this one was peeling drag of the other one all of a sudden. Going once. Oh, come here, baby. Going twice. So here we go. Double hook up, double release. 1, 2. Bye, big guys. Well, guys, last night, and hey, finally, I got both rods going. Most of the fish that are feeding right now, obviously small ones. People kept telling me that the small ones will not feed in wintertime. During wintertime, you'll only catch the big ones. Not the case, but at least one nice one tonight. This is 35 pounds. Oh, nice fish. Little damage up there, not sure what that is, but it's old and it seems to be healing already. Quick and dirty. Yeah, you're free. You are free. Morning, my repeat offenders. I was just about to go. I mean, you know, my alarm is already gone, and then this alarm went. How about this for a winter session? This is 45 pounds of common carp. Oh God. What a beauty. Let me turn that around because he's got some scales missing and an older scar back here, and I'm not sure. And the scales are definitely not missing because of me. Look at this fish. So, time to let this big guy go back. And time for me to pack up, actually. Like I said, my alarm clock just went off and I was sitting there rubbing my head going, why did nothing else happen during the night? And this guy took off. What a way to end the session. I mean, like literally within 15 minutes of me pulling in the rods. And then the biggest of the trip. What can I say? Sometimes I'm blessed. Okay, keep fishing. I know it's hard times, but you know, make the best of it. And I'm pretty sure when you're fishing all by yourself during the winter time, I have that whole lake to myself. I'm not catching any disease here. Keep fishing. Bye, thanks.